I had a silly idea for my next Hermitcraft project. I was going to do it all on live streams. I didn't plan on making an episode. But things have happened and a couple of the other hermits have responded really strongly to this idea. So I think it's going to be a great service for the server and therefore we should make it into an episode. So welcome to that very episode where we build a new project. You are going to love it. It involves the Happy Ghast. But first of all, we got to talk about Ravager Rush, because I went try-hard here. No one else was playing the game. I thought I had a shot at getting myself a trophy. But it's now July, and it seems that the winner for June is Cub, who came in and got an amazing score of 88. And I guess that means Cub wins 2 in a row. I don't know where the next one of these is actually going to go, unless it's like mirrored on the opposite side of this room. Oh yeah, look, there is space for it over here. So Cub's face will probably end up in this cabinet. And maybe one of these days I'll get there. I am going to keep playing Ravager Rush on live streams, trying to get better at it. And one day, I'll get my hands on this gorgeous trophy. But for now, I need to introduce you to the project we're going to undertake on the server. It started with a really simple question. Can we farm the Happy Ghast? Now, some of you might be thinking I've already done this. If you saw the last episode, you know that we got our hands on 650 odd dry ghasts, spammed them all in one place. And this is me doing a little bit of cleanup. Yes, I had to go around and kill these very happy creatures. But let's look on the bright side of things. I'm now the very happy owner of 20 of these Happy Ghast faces. They are so derpy. And I'm going to really embrace the vibe this episode with a brand new skin that was made by Felinity HT. Look at me. Happy Ghast Xisuma. What do we call this guy? You know, we've had Turtle Suma in the past, Bee Suma. I think Ghastuma might be the name for this one. Oh, and look at the tab screen. Isn't it so cute? This is a very strange episode with all the murder and the cuteness, but I did this because Pearl wasn't too happy about all of the ghasts directly outside her area. And of course, this was always going to be temporary. So now many of the ghasts around the server have been cleared up. I've noticed, though, that Gem has kept quite a few in her area. So when you come to this spot, there's loads of them hanging out over here. As if Gem's base wasn't happy enough. It's even happier. And also a strange contrast with all of the murder that goes down here. All right, time to stop waffling on about ironies and such. Let's check out this idea that I had for a Happy Ghast farm. So I've been in a creative world tinkering around with redstone. My idea was pretty simple. Since we can detect the growth stages of a dried ghast with an observer, could we use that to create a contraption where it grows up into a ghastling and we put it into a minecart? What's cool about this is a ghastling is exactly like one block. It fits perfectly inside of this space. So if we can get a rail and a minecart in there, then we can get the ghastling inside of the minecart when it tries to move. But that wasn't very successful, was it? I spent a lot of time trying many different methods and tricks, and eventually I came up with one that works really reliably. Obviously, it's this contraption that you saw a moment ago, but let's just focus on what's going on with the water here. We have a water source block there and above this fence gate, which is here to hold the ghast inside this block space. When it grows up, it's then going to go upwards into a water stream that pushes it across to where we're going to have a rail and a dispenser. But we need to place that dispenser when the ghast grows up. And that's where this nifty bit of redstone comes in right here, because when I placed that dried ghast, the observer detected it and it moved one of these into the hopper over here. This could actually be any type of item, but then it's going to detect a bunch of growth stages and it hatching, at which point all of the dried ghasts will be inside of this hopper. That then activates the redstone to unlock the hopper here, which happens to also power this dispenser, which has the minecarts inside of it. So as our ghastling is hatched, a minecart will be sitting here ready for it to nudge the minecart, go inside of it and get ejected from the contraption. Okay, I've now sped the game up so it's running as fast as it can, which is why the ghasts are just having a crazy time here. This means we can speed up the process of observing our contraption in action. So because we sped the game up, that happened very quickly. If you didn't spot it, the ghastling is in the minecart and it made its way down here. Let's do a quick action replay in slow-mo. I'm going to slow down the footage, so hopefully this is good and you can see what's going on. If we go back to the contraption, you can see this redstone lamp is on to let us know we can put another dried ghast inside of here. And if we look at the dropper, it has successfully reset and is ready for another one to go in. So if we build a bunch of these in an area where we can AFK, they'll eventually just grow up into ghastlings, and then they'll be caught in minecarts. Oh, and at some point, they'll of course grow into an adult. When that happens, they're still going to be in the minecart. Let's use FreeCam here just to drop inside. Can't actually see the minecart, but technically it's inside of it. This video was made in affiliation with Logic Servers, who not only host Minecraft, but tons of other games too. They specialize in both web hosting and game servers, and they operate their own network infrastructure, meaning traffic management and hardware configurations are optimized for the task at hand. Best of all, they offer dedicated servers, meaning you can have a whole machine dedicated to Minecraft just like Hermitcraft does. You can pick from a variety of data centers with no extra charges for premium locations and see what CPU is on offer too. They also offer one-click installs for over 700 mod packs and other editions of Minecraft too, including snapshots and Bedrock. Interested? With promo code Xisuma, you can get 20% off, so click the link in the description box and get 20% off your first purchase. So we successfully have happy ghasts in minecarts, which means the hermits can cart them away and use them for various shenanigans or maybe even mini-games. But we need something else. That is the ability to store these minecarts in an orderly fashion. So I came here to the Nether to look at a contraption that Doc M had built, and it does exactly what I want, but a little bit better than I could have imagined, because when you press this note block at the end, it actually then delivers one of these minecarts at a time. So I studied the redstone, understood how it worked, and borrowed this in our little creative world here just to check it and make sure it worked with the happy ghasts, which it does. And as you see there, very pleasantly, after you've ejected one of these, the ones behind it will move up in this queue. This is because there is a cascade of redstone where a minecart present in the cell in front of it locks the fence gate behind it. And it is the minecart itself that actually interacts with this fence gate here. Do you know what? I don't know if it works with empty minecarts. Let's just go ahead and find out. Apparently it does, because the detector rail is just looking for the minecart, not if it's occupied or not. And so this is a very easy visual demonstration of how this works. Let's go ahead and press the note block once again, and then just watch everything shuffle ahead by one. That is so very cool, and it's exactly what we need. In fact, it's better than anything I was ever going to come up with, so I'm happy we found this. So after figuring all of this out, I headed onto the Hermitcraft server to start construction, where I bumped into a couple of other hermits. That's what you're going to see next, but don't worry, we'll be back in this world because you might be curious about this other contraption in the background, and I have a fun story to tell you about it. Is it me or is Cub in this area as well? Possibly flying? No, there. Oh. I wonder if he's using the locator bar. Cub, are you using the locator bar?
Xisuma.
Hi.
Hey, do you know what this is, X?
I do, yes.
Is it something that's done? Is it a working thing, or is it a concept that never came about?
Yeah, there's a clue as to what it is. This little face popping up and down. It's a mini game Ren was going to make.
Ren's shooting gallery.
That's literally what it is, yeah. You got to shoot Ren, I think.
Okay. Okay.
But it never got finished.
That's cool.
Were you using the locator bar a second ago?
No, I was just flying around here. I'm looking for a spot to put a game.
Okay, because I was like, I saw you and started flying towards you, and then it kind of felt like you might have been doing the same thing. But you know,
yeah, I was just flying back and forth, like surveying the landscape, seeing where a good flat spot is.
Yeah, you see a face, and then like you investigate now with this little hot bar. Does your new game involve ghasts?
Yes,
of course it does. I'm going to build a happy ghast farm that's going to park happy ghasts in minecarts for people.
That would be very useful, actually.
Yeah. So I'm over here looking for a location to build that as well as it goes.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, so you'll be able to make use of it. By the sounds of it.
Very good.
There's one over there that's free, look.
There's one over there. Yeah, there's a couple of them just flying around. There was one in a tree. I don't know if it's still over here. It got caught in a tree.
Oh, dude, it got stuck? That's funny.
Let's see. I think it was down here. Yeah, I got stuck somewhere. I don't know what happened to it, but
It's freed itself.
it was stuck. It must have.
Could be that guy up there. He got free.
Could be. Could be.
Look, everyone. It's a random hermit in the wild.
Hello, Tango. Hi.
How you doing?
Just passing by, are you, with a couple of
Just
allays?
passing by with a couple of guys, yeah, that I need to eternally burn in a fire, you know,
Oh, yeah.
as one does.
That's, they added the allay, and then, yeah, they made that
And
their
then
fate.
that's all they're good for, is just permanently being tortured. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Do you know what this
What's
is here?
it doing here?
Yeah, let me show you.
It's a minecart queuing system.
It is! You knew that just by looking at it. Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, the trapdoors and the angled and...
It's really good.
The gates, yeah.
I found this in the Nether.
Yeah?
It was used for ghasts, right? From Doc's farm.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do here, for the benefit of everyone, because I designed a little happy ghast breeding farm thing. So when they grow up, they'll just come and sit out the front here in this little queue, and then a hermit can come by and just like press the note block over here and take one.
Are you going to make it so that when they grow up, they're going to automatically go into a minecart?
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, so
That's
if
amazing.
you got any happy ghast related ideas, especially for mini games, you can just come over here and take them, right?
You just press the button and yeah,
You got
that's
it.
amazing. So are like the skulls going to be down like in here or something?
You mean
Like the baby
the
skulls?
you mean the dried this thing? Bam.
Yeah, whatever you call them.
They're gonna sit somewhere back here. I'm gonna have to build like a rail system over here, and then there's gonna be a bunch of chambers, and that chamber is going to track their growth stages, and then when they grow up, it's going to like eject them into a minecart and then send them into this. So
That sounds awesome.
yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah. You need to call it the gas station. My chat's
Oh
telling
my
me.
god, that is such a good pun.
See?
Yeah, the gas station. Dude, I could even
Come on now,
make it
yeah.
look like a little bit of a gas station here, maybe.
You absolutely should.
Oh my god. I'm writing it on a sign so I don't forget.
Done. That's the title of your video. There it is.
Awesome. That is such a great idea.
Yeah, my work here is
station.
done. I gotta deliver these guys. Good luck. I can't wait to see it done.
Alright. See you, Tango.
Looking good. Bye.
So I picked my spot. It's out here in the heart of the gaming area. And thanks to Tango, we're going to end up calling this thing the Ghast Station, which obviously gives us an amazing aesthetic prompt for how we can make this thing look when it's finished. But whilst in the area, Tango's chat was kind enough to tell him about our potion factory, which is right next door. And so I popped on to have a quick chat with him about this contraption that we built earlier in the season. I think Tango might be the first hermit to come over here and use this thing for himself.
Sir,
Hey.
we need to talk, friend.
Yeah?
About acceptable levels of awesomeness and you exceeding them.
Thank you.
Because nothing but a smile. I was like, all right, I'm going to need about 50 to 100 splash infested potions. And I went over to my base and I made like a whole bunch of brewing stands and I put them on the ground and I'm like, here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. And my chat is just like going crazy. They're like, no. So I came over here and this.
Yeah.
And then this. And I was expecting like, you know, some potions to be like bloop, bloop, bloop. No.
You got a whole box,
A
right?
whole shulker
Yay!
just pops up. And it was like the happiest moment. So I just want to say thank you because that was incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I'm really glad it worked because I built it a long time ago, didn't fully stock it, but it sounds like you picked the thing that I put the ingredients in for, right?
It was no issue. Look,
Oh, another
see?
one.
Bam!
Yay!
It's so good. I mean, I might need a few of these, so I'm gonna bring some supplies over. Do you know what supplies you might need? Can I help?
Yeah, sure. If you want to, yeah, let me show you how it works, just so you know what you got to do.
I kind of got a gist of it back there. Yeah, it looked really.
Oh yeah,
it looks
yeah. I
cool.
mean, you know redstone, so I think you'll have a great time figuring it out for yourself.
The cobwebs under the thing. The armor stand picks up the items in order and then
Yes.
distributes them. Yeah, it was great.
All you need to do then is just check that the ingredients
Fill
are
up
in.
those chests there, I would imagine. Yeah, right.
And maybe here. Oh, we're getting low on blaze powder. Right. So, can you see how
Okay.
there's 4 blaze powder in this hopper that I'm looking at?
Ah! Everything's fine. I fell.
Do you need an ender pearl?
Ender, I don't use those. Come on.
Oh, you should keep keep a couple in a
Yeah,
pouch.
that's what I've been told. All right. 4 blaze powder right there. Okay,
So-
should they be mixed with water bottles there?
Yes, but the moment it goes below 4, it's going to break. So it needs blaze powder in the chest above.
Okay. Oh, I
And-
see. I see.
and then you
just
just-
double. Yeah.
It looks like this thing is never going to run out of glass bottles, so I wouldn't worry about anything else there.
Right. Okay, I can try to bring some blaze powder over. Maybe I'll steal some blaze rods.
Oh, steal from where?
I don't know. I think Zed's got a
I mean, if
blaze
there's
farm
some,
somewhere.
yeah, if there's some in my base, just take them. I'm not going to use them.
Yeah. I'll find them. But yeah,
Yeah.
I
Well,
have a
that's-
few in my inventory. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is amazing though.
Thank
So
you.
I put them.
It's a really fun project, but like
Uh-oh.
when I first
Powder. Yes. Okay.
scared me.
Yeah.
Well, when I first got it working, like when it doesn't work, it drives you nuts, right?
Yeah.
And then just so many little edge cases and things to figure out.
Yep.
But then finally it
This
got
is
working.
great.
And then a chicken wandered in here and laid an egg in one of the hoppers and broke it all again. Yeah. So there was that.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go get some blaze powder because this is amazing, and yeah, I'm probably gonna need like 4 or 5 shulkers of what I'm doing. So
Sweet. I'm so glad you're using it because I think
Yeah,
you're the
this is
first
super cool.
person to. Yeah.
this is great. I love it. Yeah. More
Sweet.
people need to know about this. All right.
I agree.
I'm off.
Thank you, Tango.
Thanks again, X.
Yeah, more people need to know. Tell the Hermits, although I'm actually terrified because someone's going to come over here and break this thing at some point, and I don't want to fix it if that happens. Okay, jokes aside, let's have a look at the contraption over here. I have built the system that queues up the ghasts, and I've actually wrapped it around this corner so that we can host a total of, I think that's 12. Yeah, we're going to store 12 ghasts here at a time. And then around the corner, I've kind of marked out where the growing chambers are going to be, but I might put this underground or further in the background. Maybe it's a good idea for us to leave a little bit of space at the front here in case this thing becomes really popular. So before we see what happens with that, let's get back to this contraption here. It's obviously a ghast elevator, right? I spent ages working on this. I was really happy with how it turned out. And then this happened. I would activate the contraption. I'd be like, oh, what did I do wrong with the redstone? I'd go and look at it, and then I'd be like, hey, wait a minute, this he's going down. What's going on? Let's check it out again. All of my redstone works absolutely fine. It took me a minute to figure this thing out, because once I stepped off the ghast, that's when it moves. Yes, this thing works unless the player is standing on it. It seems that by standing on it, we stop the interaction with the water. That water either has soul sand or a magma block at the bottom, which changes the direction in which it will push entities. So it's a really cool way to make the ghast go up and down, but if you're standing on it, it stops the contraption from working. And if you're wondering how this works, well, the note blocks just create a single pulse, which will go into this sticky piston, which moves the observer back and forth. So it alternates between powering one piston or the other, which moves the magma block and the soul sand back across, like so. Very cool, but sadly, it's not going to be a player elevator. Back on Hermitcraft, I have fantastic news. The growing chambers that I've hidden underground are growing happy ghasts. For some reason, though, they always look in this direction. I'm not sure why. But anyway, it's a sign that our contraption out the front here is working. We've got 2 of them queued up. And if we follow the rails down below, you'll see that that little contraption we had in the creative world, I have copied 12 times over so that we can fully replenish this thing in one cycle. I also AFK'd at Etho's ghast farm so we can make up a bunch more dried ghasts. I've only got 2 crafted at the moment right now. But this is how I'd use it. I'd basically wander up to one of these. If the lamp is on, it means I can click on the observer face and place this. And then we'll put one over here as well. That lamp, though, it should have turned off. Please forgive me, it's been a long day. These are actually supposed to be pieces of redstone here. And when the lamp is on, it actually means that the dried ghast farm is in use. But that's all of the technical stuff out of the way. I'm now going to craft up more dry gas, fill up a few more of these chambers. And if I put another 8 of these in, then we're going to fully fill up the holding area up above. So if I use my free cam here and we pay attention to the lamps, you can see that we got 10 of them turned off. So we're going to incubate and create 10 more happy ghasts. But as I said, all of the technical stuff is out of the way. So now it's about aesthetics. And what we're going to do is turn this into a gas station. The pun here is that it's like a gas station. And that is why this place now literally looks like a gas station. I absolutely love it. The vibe is spot on. It is a little bit strange with all of the ghasts sitting inside of there. But you may notice there are 12 of them in total, and they always face this direction, which feels very ominous. Having 12 of them in here means that the setup down below works correctly. I did have to tweak a couple of things here and there after I hatched all of them, but it works. And you can also walk through the middle of them. Once again, this feels kind of strange. Anyway, our work here is not done as of yet. We got to put some banners on top of this thing, but I thought I'd show you how I've done the entrance here, which is a bit of an afterthought. Your eyes will probably be drawn to the sign and the lectern. You've got a readme that you can pause if you want to, and then it says take a ghast to the left. We use this sign to draw the attention again. We want to make it super clear where everything is. So there's a lever here that allows you to change which track it goes out on. So you can actually eject the ghast out of the minecart using a powered activator rail, or you can keep it in the minecart, take it down here, and then you're ready to scoot it off to other projects, like Cubs basketball perhaps. But yeah, to take a ghast, you'll look at that sign, you'll see this one, and what's this here? Right-click the note block, and you can get a ghast. It'll seem simple to us because we built this contraption, but for someone just wandering over here, I think this setup with the signs makes it super clear. So we've got to get some banners up the top here, and also onto that little thing, like, you got the logo like you'd have at an actual gas station. Oh my god. Cubs basketball. That is going to be something. Look at this design. Cub is going all out on this project. Okay, we need banners, and the server has a banner shop. Skiz has so kindly done these in all the different colors. We're going to go with the neutral brown, I think. Okay then, that's some money well spent. And now we get to put down some of the banners. Yeah, that's looking much better. Yeah, this really works now that we got it written up there. It almost looks like it says Cass. No, that's the gas. And then the pun should make itself rather obvious. And this thing, it really pops out at night. It's like the ghasts are almost luminous clouds sitting inside the gas station. What do you think of it? Leave a comment down below. I quite like this project. Now just got to do some tidying up down below. We got chest monsters, of course. All right, with that taken care of, there's something I wanted to let you know. I uploaded a new video on my Xisuma Says channel. It's a much more light-hearted one. It's some stories from festivals that I've been to in the past. And after watching this episode, if you want to check it out, it'll be linked in the description box below. I'm sure it'll make you chuckle at the very least. All right, and that brings us to the end of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed the project. It was really fun to put together. And I will see you soon with another episode, right? So take care. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.